Well, hello you bearded bastards, and welcome to another of my videos. No fortress this time, unfortunately, but I'm trying out a new type of video today. One in which I draw a picture for you, just right here on camera. Not a type of video I've ever made before. And another thing I'm going to try to do today is not edit the video that much, I guess, other than making a new intro, which you've already seen. Pretty nice, right? You know, whipped it up this morning, little something something. But yeah, anyways, so you may be aware that I hit my Patreon goal the other day, so that's kind of what this is. I'm just trying out a new type of video that maybe we could do more of in the future, but we'll get into that a little bit more later. For now, we're just gonna start drawing. Today, we're gonna be drawing something from Dwarf Fortress, a creature, something I dearly love to do, draw things from Dwarf Fortress. I'm sure you're aware of this. And let's see, today I was thinking we would try our hand at drawing a helmet snake. Not something I've drawn before, but it is a creature that exists in Dwarf Fortress. One of the many beasts that can be found deep under the earth. Now, a helmet snake. It's described as being a snake-like creature living deep underground. Its head is covered in armor so that it resembles a head. Can't talk. This is why I edit my videos, by the way. My mouth is just a mess all the time. Anyways, it's a snake-like creature, and its head is covered in armor so that it resembles a dragon. My goodness. Anyways, so yeah, that's what we're working with. Okay, so a lot of people have asked to see my process in drawing, so that's pretty much the reason I'm doing this. Now, I have a couple of reference pictures open on my computer, and I'm looking at those. I never draw anything just straight off the top of my head. Ever. It's, you know, I'm not very good at it, to be perfectly honest, and I think a lot of people feel the same way. So I'm kind of looking at some pictures just for some inspiration, and we're going to start off using a pencil, just to get a baseline, sort of a shape going. I'm going to try to be kind of quick with this. You can't really see it, but I do have a bunch of cameras and lights and stuff in my face. It's a little hard to work this way. I'm used to turning the paper around while I draw, that sort of stuff. But I'm not going to be doing that today. Now, let's see here. I got a big old snaky body coming around this way here. And that head. I guess we'll kind of put it up like that. How's that look? Yeah, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Now, it says it has a head like a dragon, so I'm just going to draw a generic sort of a dragon head. Something like this. And we might put a little beak on him or something like that. I do enjoy drawing beaks on things. Creatures and beasts. Not like dwarves and stuff, because that wouldn't make much sense. Although the idea of a beaked dwarf is intriguing, to say the least. Yeah, a little snaky body over here. Now, an interesting thing about a helmet snake, it says a small snake-like creature, but in Dwarf Fortress, they're actually really not that small at all. They're just slightly smaller than a dwarf, actually. They're bigger than a dog, so that's saying something. All right, I'm gonna erase some of these lines here, get them out of our way so we can see a little bit better. Okay, all right, so he's got like a little horn up there, and I said we were gonna try to have a beak. Now, I'm going to apologize if my hands get in your face when you're trying to see stuff. I do have fairly monstrous meat hooks here. And as I said, I'm not used to drawing on camera. Let's see, snake eye. We'll keep it round. I don't know, maybe some horns? I don't want it to look too much like a dragon, though. Put a little beard thing under here. Sure, why not? Now, I was saying before that I had hit my Patreon goal, which is extremely exciting to me, as you can imagine. I mean, I am just making Dwarf Fortress videos after all, not something there's a huge demand for, but it's something I love to do, and certainly a lot of you love to see it, or else I would never have hit my goal. I'm just glad to be able to provide you with some sort of entertainment like that. It's really kind of a dream coming true, not to sound too cliche or anything like that, but it's amazing to me, really. I love doing it, and to have a chance to do more of it, well, that's truly exciting. I don't know, put some plates on him or something like that. A little of a writer's block or something, a drawer's block, I suppose. Helmet snake block. Interesting turn of phrase. Okay, so we have a fairly generic dragon head. I don't care for that at all, actually. Yeah, I don't love that. I'm not in love with it, but I think we're just gonna keep plowing through, see what happens. And next time I draw a helmet snake, I can remember these pitfalls and avoid them. I do actually really love learning through failure. One of my favorite things, actually. I like trying things, seeing what works, and then throwing out what doesn't work. You know, that's kind of what I do with these videos, really. I throw in new things from time to time, cut away the stuff that doesn't work so well. It's all a learning process. Alright, so he's got like these little spiky frill things around his neck. Maybe we'll put those down his back or something like that. I have a very loud house, guys. It's incredibly loud all the time. Dogs barking, got my bird chirping, doors slamming, that sort of stuff. So that's another reason I edit so much. As I said before, I'm not going to be editing this video so much, so hopefully you don't hear too many of those sounds. But I guess we'll see what happens, huh? Alright, so I guess that's probably good enough for our snake shape, huh? And he says he's underground, so let's put some rocks and boulders, that sort of stuff. How about a bush? How's that sound? Nice little bush behind him. Right like that. There we are. Oh yeah, that's good. Very good. Little mushroom. Throw that back there. Just to kind of give us an idea of where everything is going to be. Yep. Very good. Okay. Fantastic. That's going to be good enough. So I'm going to start penning now. Okay, so I'm just going to start off with just a Sharpie pen. I get these things from CVS. They're pretty cheap. And we'll just start going to town. Just trying to be careful. I'm not very used to talking while drawing, so it is actually an enormous distraction for me. One of the big reasons I edit my Dwarf Fortress videos is because I don't enjoy talking constantly. I really don't. I like being quiet and focusing while I play or draw or whatever. But I figured I like you bearded bastards well enough. Why not indulge, show you the process of how I draw, and hopefully this video turns out pretty okay. Here I go, being quiet again. Very hard. Oh, see, I screw up sometimes, even when I'm not talking so much. But it's okay because I scan these into my computer and I can edit these pictures. Something I have to do quite frequently, actually. It's all good. I'm not looking to make a total masterpiece today. There we go. Some little teeth on him for the injection of his deadly poison. Helmet snakes actually are one of the most toxic creatures in the game, as far as I know. They cause necrosis upon biting dwarves and can actually make limbs die, that sort of stuff. Pretty nasty customers. I didn't realize that they were this big, to be perfectly honest. Just before making this video, I looked up the description on my computer and saw that. It was very, very shocking to me. Now, as I said before, I have hit my Patreon goal, something I've been working for since 2016. Actually, it's when I started making these videos. I mean, to be honest, I wasn't trying to make a living off this straight from the start, not at all. I was just doing them for fun, pretty much. My friend Dwarf Comic was begging me to make another series, and so I did. So I have him to thank for all of this, pretty much. Thank you, DC, you're the best. Yeah, I hit my Patreon goal just recently, this past weekend actually, very exciting. And so I'm looking to be a full-time YouTuber now, which is beyond thrilling, as I'm sure you could imagine. And I hope you're excited too. I'm looking forward to entertaining you guys on a full-time basis. I think that'd be rather keen. Now, the ball is rolling right now with the whole full-time thing. I'm not full-time yet, no. I've got kind of a delicate living situation. We'll leave it at that, but currently attempting to move out of my place of residence. And by my estimate, I should be able to go full-time probably towards the end of September. That's what I'm thinking anyways. And I'm very, very excited for it. Again, extremely exciting. Yeah, I'll tell you, it is not easy talking while I draw, not at all. But maybe I'll just speed through those parts, speed them up or fast forward them or something in the editing. Don't want to give you guys too much dead air to deal with. Alright, so I got a basic outline there. It's kind of janked up, really. Not really the best looking snake I could have drawn, I don't think. But, whatever. It's all good. Now we're going to put some shading on this bad boy. Somebody with a cool, awesome, loud motor outside. Just driving by. Some enormous vehicle. Killer, dude. Sick. Put some shading under here. Now my shading, it's all self-taught stuff, you know. I don't really, I don't enjoy learning from others. I did horrible in school, to get a little personal right there. But I enjoy teaching myself. I like trying things, as I said before, figuring out what works, and then going with it. I'm very stubborn like that. It's horrible. It's a bad way to be. Very bad. There's a wealth of information to be gained from learning from others, but I guess I'm just not like that. Kind of rambling now, I suppose. I hope it's worth listening to, certainly. Alright, so, there, I guess I kind of got off topic there. My shading here, it's not, the best, really. You're supposed to be considering where the light source is placed, that sort of stuff. I don't do that. Usually I just throw some hatching around the edges of my creatures in areas that I think would be fun to hatch in. You know, I like hatching. That's what this is, these lines right here, it's called hatching. Oh, you may notice I have a little boo-boo here on my thumb. That's from my lovely bird, Tiki. He bites a lot. It's unfortunate. But I'll tell you what, I like that little guy. That's why I threw him in the intro to this video. I figured it'd be worth a little shout out to that feathered bastard. Okay, here, I'm just gonna do some shading back here. Going quick about it. Ew, I don't know if I like how the way... I don't like the way this guy's turning out at all. Ugh. Yeah, it's feeling forced, but I'll tell you what, I'm gonna bowl through and just keep going. It's a learning process, right? And if I do this and just stick with it, and I do it to completion, then, well, I know what it's like next time when I go to record one of these videos. We'll see if you guys like this or not, and tell me if you do, and I will make more in the future. Probably not that many of them though, because I mean, this isn't my type of video to watch, honestly. The drawing videos, I've seen them before, and I feel like if I've watched one, I feel like I've watched them all. But some people like this, so this is for you guys. I only really like making videos that I think I would enjoy watching. Actually, fun fact, that's why I started making these Dwarf Fortress videos, because I was trying to watch Dwarf Fortress videos online and did not care for the ones that were out there. They're a little rough sometimes, huh? Dwarf Fortress is not a game that you could just wing and play. Half the time I'm playing, because I'm just sitting there, it's just silent, that's it. Just silent, staring at the screen, tapping the keyboard. Nothing much to watch. There's hours and hours of that. Sometimes I'll record 5+ hours of footage for one of my episodes. I don't know if this scale doesn't even make any sense. But I'll tell you what, I'm gonna like it. I like it right there. That's fine. Maybe it's his little scale. He was born that way. I'll accept him like that. A little bit of a scale on his side. That's fine. Absolutely fine. I don't know. What do we think? Is that looking decent enough? Kind of crappy. Kind of rushed. Okay, so I put a cap on that pen there. I'm gonna give him a little shadow. Just like that. Now I'm gonna take a really thin pen here. I'm using these Micron... Is that what it's called? Yeah, Micron Pigma pens here. They're pretty good. I like them. Started using them episode 2 of my Monster Killer series, which is my latest series I've been working on. And they get the job done fine, I'll tell you. Now, the way I've been shading shadows recently, kind of like this, like hatching, but I take the lines in different angles, and I kind of like the result. I don't think it makes the most sense in a lot of situations, but again, I like the result, so that's what I've been doing. I had gotten the idea from a Conan comic, Savage Sword of Conan. I've been reading a lot of those lately, from the 70s and 80s. I've got a big crate of them, trying to get art tips from looking at those. It's all black and white comics, so I feel like there's some information to be learned there. Alright, so the snake itself is pretty much done. You know what? I'm actually going to grab this one here, the 08. Very thick. And I've been doing the outer line of my drawings with this really thick pen lately. It just makes the subject of the drawing stick out an extra lot. Yeah, I'm sorry if you can't see what I'm doing right now. You will in a second. I'm trying to be very quick. I'm trying to keep this video as brief as possible, really. Back to the whole, I don't like making videos that I don't want to watch thing. I couldn't imagine sitting through a half-hour-long drawing video unless the picture was extremely amazing, which this one, in my opinion, is not. So we're just gonna bust through this right here, screwing up some of these outer lines, but I can hit that in editing. Not an issue. So a lot of people have asked if I'm going to switch to digital art at some point, and it's something I've considered. Those drawing tablets, they're kind of tricky to use for me. I suppose it takes practice like anything, but patience. I don't know, I guess I don't have a lot of it when it comes to that. That's unfortunate. We'll see what happens though, I guess you never know. On top of the fact that I draw a lot of these pictures when I'm at work. Yes, believe it or not, I draw pictures when I'm at work. I work at a dog kennel currently. And so sometimes I'll be sitting around, not a whole heck of a lot to do. You know, I'm watching the dogs when they're playing, that sort of stuff. And so I'm free to doodle, do some sketches. And I can't easily do that when you know, if I were to do can't talk. If I were doing digital artwork, can't bring my computer out with the pups, it'll get urinated on probably. And that's not something I would want to deal with. Oh my, that is nice. That is a nice outline on this snaky fella. Just like this. There we go. Get that little underbelly looking good. Ooh, that's an ugly one. Oh well. Okay, so the snake itself is pretty much done. Good. Now, I'm gonna go back to this pen here and start doing some of this background nonsense. rocks and stuff. I don't know if you can hear my bird right now. He is shrieking in the other room. I had to take him out. Normally he's in here with me, but he was being a real pest. So he's out with my lovely wife right now. She's bird sitting. Bless her soul. On the subject of my wife, Mrs. Kruggsmash, this picture will not be colored today. I'm not going to color it. I'm just going to do the black and white because my wife is the one that colors all the pictures with crayons, very skillfully, mind you. So give her a shout out in the comments if you appreciate the coloring work. She does a pretty good job, and I really appreciate her help. I got some rocks, a little stalagmite, right? I think that's the one that comes up from the ground. And a little bit of hatching, a little bit of shadow here just to kind of fill in the empty space. I like to keep my hand rigid like this so it's like vibrating. And that's good for like, you know, this sort of like pebbly, detritus sort of stuff. Put some little foreground hills here with a little bit of hatching. I don't know what that is. More detritus. Sure. Put some little bushy stuff over here. Why not? A little mushroom. Throw it in there. I mean, all this space got to be filled up, so just might as well keep going. Best not to consider what you're doing too much. Just go to town. I gotta do 30 of these pictures every episode, or, you know, 25 to 30 anyways. So, usually while I'm drawing, I don't have that much time to really consider where I'm placing things and that sort of stuff. It's all kind of a big rush, which I actually really enjoy. I like that thrill, you know, just kind of going with the flow and drawing. It works out pretty well for me most of the time, I'd say. Most of the time. One of my biggest problems with drawing, any sort of artwork, I guess, is consistency. I lack consistency with my subjects. So, like, you know, I could draw a snake like this pretty alright, I guess. But if I were to draw again, you know, its horns would be the wrong size, or its eye would be a little oval shaped or something like that. And that's something I can help, I guess. I mean, I guess I definitely could help it, but I don't really have the time to help it. It would help if I had like a, you know, character reference sheet or something like that. I never use those, but I probably should. Yeah, maybe in the future. I guess we'll see. It is easy enough to pull up previous drawings I've done of certain characters and just take a look at those. And you know, I try my best. Of course, as I said before, I do a lot of my artwork at work, so it's not like I can pull up pictures when I'm there. Okay, it's looking good. Looking good. A little bit barren down this area here, but whatever. Not too worried. More rocks, more boulders. Put some more, you know what? I'm gonna take a thicker pen. Sure. And I'm gonna go make some bushes, just like this, little bushes, little hunks of, actually I say bushes, it's probably more like moss because we're underground. There's a lot of moss on the ground in Dwarf Fortress. Way more than I draw in my pictures typically. Some of those pictures, the ground should be, I mean, just moss pretty much, not this rocky stuff. It's like grass down in the caves in Dwarf Fortress. But, yeah, it kind of takes a while, so this is usually the most we get. And we'll draw some more over here. There we go, looking good. Whole picture's a little sloppy, but it's all good. We're having fun today, no stressing. Gives me a chance to talk to you guys, so gonna be worth it. Okay, looking good, looking good. I like it. I did actually try my hand yesterday at using a digital tablet, and you know what? I actually had a lot of fun with it. I always thought I was no good at that, but yeah, I had a blast. Drew some pictures, and maybe we can look forward to seeing some more of that in the future. I guess we'll see. I'm gonna darken up some of the shadow here, just right underneath this snake. Just a little bit. Alright, alright. Put some more. You know what? I think I'm gonna go even thicker with the pen on these bushes back here, because we have a lot of space to cover. There we go. Gotta remember to be gentle too. I have this tendency to smash the pens down and ruin them real quick, but you don't have to. You don't have to do that at all. You can be gentle and just love your pens. You know? They're our friends. They help us. Don't hurt the pens. It's alright, I guess. Something like that. Throw a mushroom over here. Maybe there's a little bite mark in this mushroom. Someone was a little bit hungry. Maybe the snake was hungry. Maybe he eats mushrooms. I don't know. I don't think so. He looks to be more of a predator, less of a vegan. But hey, whatever. Maybe it was some other passing creature, a Dwarf perhaps. Could very well have been. And keep filling in this mossy stuff back here. And I'm going to go back later on and do some more details just on this moss stuff back here with a thinner pen. It's just to give a little outline, a little bit of a body to the actual moss. Okay, throw some rocks down here. Oh boy. You know what, I guess I'll also take this chance to thank you all for watching my videos. You guys really rock, you know it? I said before, I work in a dog kennel, and you know, it could be hard working in a dog kennel. I've been there for 14 years. It's my first job I've ever had. Got it when I was 16 years old, right? I didn't go to college. I went for a year. But as I said, you know, learning from others isn't really up my alley. I'm more of one to goof off, doodle pictures, create little worlds for myself. And so yeah, for 14 years I've been working in a dog kennel. Kind of just minding my own business, chilling out. I met my lovely, awesome wife, and this is where we've been. Just kind of chilling and relaxing. But, you know, I started doing these videos just as a little fun hobby thing at first, and then people started watching them. So I was like, okay, you know, this is pretty cool. I had a couple people suggest that I make a Patreon. I laughed it off at first. I, you know, didn't really think I could do anything with that, but, you know, I went for it eventually, of course. And it just kind of grown slowly since I started. Very exciting. Very, very exciting, actually. I love it. I like that I'm able to create something here, a community. I mean, not to say I'm creating a Dwarf Fortress community. No, I'm just, you know, a community of dudes that come out every Thursday and watch my videos. You guys are great. I love it. I love talking to you in the comments. I try my best, although I'm realizing now that I haven't responded to all my comments from last week. Shame on you, Krug, you awful, awful person. I try, I really, really do. It brightens my day. It's, geez, I keep getting off the rails here. I was saying before, I work in a dog kennel, and sometimes it gets a little bit rough in there. No pun intended. But, yeah, it can be hard. So when I come home on Thursdays, after I put my videos out, usually I've been up to, like, you know, 1 or 2 the night before. I have to go into work. Usually there's some sort of awful mess for me to pick up in the morning, as you can imagine. It's just nice to come home and see all those nice comments from people. People say I'm brightening their day, which in turn brightens my day, and the world keeps turning. I know I'm saying all kinds of stuff right now while I'm recording, and we'll see if this video even makes it to air, honestly. Usually I get to the editing and I'm like, Kruggsmash, what the hell were you saying? What were you saying, you idiot, you rambling fool? But I'm gonna try my best to just let it go. Just let it be, not do too much editing, because, you know, in the future, I want to be able to make a lot more videos, and this is a video I can make really quick, as long as I don't go crazy with the editing, and make a different intro for every video or some such nonsense. Which actually, you know, it sounds like a pretty good idea. Maybe I will. I'm just kidding, of course. I like making those intros. That's fun. It's the only time I've ever animated was in those silly pixel intros there. I think I've made like 4 or 5 of them at this point. Yeah, it's fun. It can be a hassle. I don't have a great process. It's one that I invented, and I'm sure a lot of people would just be in awe at for its complexity and inefficiency. Alright, so I got this moss crap here in the back done. Mushroom is done, snake is done, all this foreground crap is done. Now I'm just gonna go in the back here and make like a little sketch like that. And then I'm gonna take my a thinner pen. Actually, I'm gonna go thinner than that. We'll go with this one, the 01. Out of here, you. And I'll just start making some thin little lines. You might be able to hear a clunking sound right now from time to time. That's my lizard. He's a bearded dragon. He's up in a cage nearby, and every once in a while he thrashes about, hunting mealworms and vegetation, that sort of stuff. He's a great guy. Okay, go like this. A little bit of lines in the background. Okay, I think we're you know what? I think actually we just finished this, guys. What do you think? There's a helmet snake. I think actually, you know what, it cleaned up pretty well. It's got some screwy scales, but I think, you know, I could love him. I think he's a good guy. He's come a long way from being a little squiggly sketch line to what we see here right now. It's great. I like it. I think it came out pretty good. And this was a pretty fun type of video to make, actually. You know, I didn't care for it at first, but yeah, it wasn't too bad. Oh, right, yeah, I'm still a little... I'm not going to color this, as I said before. I'm going to leave all the sketch lines in here, too. But maybe I can get this finished up and show you guys sometime. That'd be pretty cool, huh? In fact, you know what? Maybe I can actually put this in this video. Yeah, I think that'd be good. I don't think Mrs. Kruggsmash would want to be on camera at all, so perhaps I can have her color the picture and I'll just throw it in the editing. That'd be pretty killer. I'll have to ask her. So if you end up seeing a colored picture in here, make double sure to thank her. She is the best. And you know who else is awesome? You. You guys are great, and I really appreciate all your support. Big time. Without it, I wouldn't still be making these videos. And so again, thank you so much. Well, you bearded bastards, I thank you for watching this new type of video. I hope it was up your alley somewhat. I guess we'll see soon enough. Don't forget to comment below whether you liked it or not, just so I know. And until next time, you bearded bastards.